Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside report. We are in April 2017. My name's Gary Pearce.
And I'm Jeremy Rosens.
You are indeed. You are Jeremy Rosens. You are the director of the Gary Pearce Associates St Kilda office, the winner
Gary.
of the current Small Office of the Year, as awarded and recognised by the REIV as of October last year. Thought I'd throw that in just in case.
Very unrehearsed there,
It
Gary.
was unrehearsed, just in case you go nowhere this year.
From one winner of an office award to the other, Gary.
Indeed,
I say thank you to you.
We did win the large one as well. So it's enough boasting, but let's talk about the market because even though the weather is cooling, the market is still...
It's been a funny old week, this one. Up, down, up, down.
How good was March? We had a great...
I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the facts.
It could have been the best March we've ever had. I don't remember a more magnificent March. But, of course, we did have that downpour a couple of days ago. And,
your memory does...
It's all happening.
You know, you do press almost like a reset button every week.
Indeed, I do.
As you get to that age.
You have to.
Yes, you do.
Let's talk about some of our sales. We want to talk about...
I actually want to just, before we do, I want to open this up to the viewers to email into us. Do you prefer Gary and I on the other side of each other or this way?
Well, you know, that's just, at the moment it's not going to happen because I've got a little scar on my side.
You don't have it. Have a look at that thing over there, will you?
Very good. He's cruel, isn't he? Should we review some of our sales?
Let's, Gary.
Before you attack me any further. Wavenhoe Avenue, Mr. Rosens, that was a great result.
You don't want to sing like you normally do?
Wavenhoe. No, I've got a song later coming, but I won't sing, but we'll talk about its musical connection, one of the properties we've sold. But Wavenhoe...
Gee, Gary, I'm on the edge of my seat for that.
You have to wait till the end of the show.
Wow.
Won't everybody just be hanging around for that? Let's talk about that. Philip, you're not Philip, are you?
No, I'm not. I mean, I've been called a lot of things, but Philip's about as insulting as you could be to me today.
It's almost as insulting as when they think he's your father. Do
you know, we got into an elevator once.
Who gets more insulted by that, him or you? I can't work out who.
Personally, I don't care, although to be linked to such a sort of aggressive redhead is not... It's not part of my makeup, but I think he gets upset because he thinks that I look older than him. And every time he's posed that to the public, they all say, no.
Who do you reckon looks older out of us two, me or him?
Well, are you asking me with this sort of gash on the side of your face, or
gashless, without the gash, you know?
Look, I'll sit on the fence here and say that he probably looks after himself a little bit more than you.
Yeah, but he does.
But if you did all the things that he does with his
all that, he definitely
early nights and herbal teas, and I think it's fabulous that we can talk about him so badly without him being here to defend himself.
I love it. It's gorgeous. We did it also with Sally on the GPT.
Good.
Just a couple of days ago.
See, I didn't see you getting your hair done with Sally like that the other week.
Should we put a shot up of that?
We should. It's pretty horrific.
Yeah. Well, that's frightening. Okay.
Look, you know what's funny about that photo when you look at it again? He looks so much happier than Sally sitting there.
I know. He's more at home.
Nevertheless.
Let's move
Wavenhoe, Gary. Wavenhoe. Nikki and Limor
put
put that to the market, and I've got to tell you, that was so well received by the wider market. We have competitive bidding. The price, unfortunately, Gary, sadly, is undisclosed.
I've got no next to you. Is that no?
Sorry, we're looking at the wrong thing. Let's talk about the price, Gary. $2,470,000.
It's out there. Let's move on to some other sales.
Yes, preferably the ones that are disclosed, please, Gary.
Park Street, St Kilda West.
Park Street, I had the joy of selling that for Joel Sir. That was a nice little auction. That one, one bed, one bath, one car, sold $421,000 on the market in the high threes.
And hey, that Grief Street property, well, here's a little bit of footage of the vendor actually talking about their own home. Something new, innovative, and interesting that we're doing with our video tours, Jeremy. But let's move on to the auction and talk about what happened then.
Well, we had one interstate bidder there, and we promptly sold it shortly after the auction for a price that the vendor was pretty happy about, being $640,000. And the way we sold it, Gary, was very simple.
Yes.
Because at $640,000 in Sydney, what do you get?
A garage.
Not a lot.
Not a lot at all. Jeremy, one Cardigan Street's undisclosed, but an interesting property, good competitive auction, sold well above expectation.
Cool little
really
sort
cool
of
place.
old style flat roof special.
Old's becoming young again, hasn't it? You know, Daddy's
not everything, Gary. You're still old.
No, but I'm getting young again. I'm getting younger by the year.
Benjamin Button can help you now.
One Cardigan Street, yes. So it did sell well in excess of its range. Its range was around that 115 to 13, and it sold for more. Let's put it that way. Oak Grove.
That was an interesting auction there, Gary,
interesting
wasn't it?
Auction.
Can we talk about what happened there?
Well, we've got some footage of the buyer, and again, if you haven't watched GPTV, the other show,
that other rubbish show that I put through.
How about this? This buyer standing up at the auction with just bidding against themselves, and people.
Well, not so much bidding against himself.
No, he was. He actually bid 5, then he bid another 1, then he bid 10, 5. So every time someone came back, he actually made another bid and then took their bid off them, and we're actually going to feature him. He's going to come and talk. I'm telling you this. He's going to come and talk on GPTV about his strategy. Was it brilliance or was it madness?
Well, you can't knock the strategy because
I think it's brilliance.
What's good about his strategy is that you can't argue whether it's right or wrong because he bought it.
He bought it, Jeremy,
so it must have worked.
And he bought it for $2,017,000. So congratulations to him. Bought a great property.
Yes.
Jeremy, block of flats. We don't mind. I think that's the 60th block.
60th, I believe. We've got our 61st coming up soon.
Yep, and that
which
one,
we've already talked about.
That one was undisclosed, but we were suggesting somewhere in the mid-2s plus, and it was plus, and it did get sold to an investor. Congratulations to the investor who purchased that property, which was sold. We've got some other sales just recently. Hot off the press,
Gary.
Alma Road.
So Alma Road, a great apartment, separate lounge dining, great space, 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. We actually had the first buyer of that apartment come through.
Oh, the person that first owned it?
Originally owned it, and quite young. I thought that that person would be a bit older, but she was quite...
Well, how old's the block?
Well, you know...
It was built in the 30s.
40 years old.
What it would have been, okay.
Well, 40 years old.
Fair enough, there you go. Tell us about
42.
the sale price.
Anyway, the sale price was $685,000 and sold to a lovely man, and there were 4 or 5 bidders there.
What did we think we'd get?
I think we thought we'd get around 6, Gary.
Okay, so well done.
It's a significantly over-reserved price there.
I tell you what was significantly over-reserved is Lyndoch Avenue. What a thumper was that, eh?
So it was a wet and dreary Sunday morning, Gary, and I went down to Lyndoch Avenue.
You did, because that's where the flat was.
That's where it was.
The apartment, Philip. Yes.
Well, I wouldn't call it a flat or an apartment. I would actually, and I made a point of this at the auction to not call it either, but call it home number 1.
Okay.
At 2A Lyndoch Avenue.
Tell us what happened.
Huge, older style, jam-packed lounge room filled with people.
Yep.
And we sold it for an eventual selling price, Gary, of $1 million.
Against expectations. $1 million.
Expectations were somewhere around 800.
Austin Power fans will know that you haven't gone mad, but you're doing an imitation.
And if there are any Austin Power fans out there.
Yeah, they'll love that.
Yeah, they'll probably love this show too, because it's also rubbish, just like Austin Powers was.
What do we think we're going to get in the Lyndoch?
8, Gary, early 8s.
So $1 million, that's a great result. Congratulations to buyer and seller.
And agent, because Limor and Nikki in particular did a fabulous job handling that. Because as good as I looked on that day, Gary, it was only because of the fine work they'd done up until that moment.
Hey, Jez, talking about older style properties.
I think it's Hey Jude you're thinking of.
No, it's Jez, because you're not Jude, you're Jez. But hey, talking about older style properties.
Yes, Gary.
I mean, they never go out of fashion, do they?
Well, there's one older style property that you didn't talk about, Gary.
Well, what's that one?
Come on, Gary. Look up to the heavens, Gary. When you can't find a buyer, what do?
What? Do what?
You ask for someone to send you
an angel,
a buyer.
Said, well, it's funny, you're right. You caught me out. So, for viewers, if you happen to be a bit of a 70s, 80s lover of music as I am, you would remember Real Life. Real Life had a great hit called Send Me an Angel, which went amongst, they had Catch Me On Falling as well, which was another one. I suppose
didn't that get remixed by someone?
I'm sure it did. But anyway, Real Life, great band, love them. And of course, Michael Jonas, I think it was, walks in and says to me, I've listed a property, and he's young.
You might not, he's not that young.
Well, he's young enough not to know necessarily who they are.
The
song transcends generations, Jeremy.
Does it?
And he says, Real Life, and I just about fall off my chair and I said, what was that? I said, are you telling Real Life? Love them. So congratulations to our vendor who was from Real Life.
He was.
In
real life,
Real Life, he sold his real life property to a real life buyer through a real life agent. And that was one at 12 Charlotte Place, which was sold for $440,000.
That's correct, Gary.
If you don't know where Charlotte Place is, it's just around the corner from another iconic place, which is the Astor Theatre.
Where you will see Gary frequenting every second
I go
weekend.
There, see some of the old movies, I don't mind that. Not every second weekend, but so congratulations. So he said he sang Send Me an Angel, but we sent him a buyer instead.
Oh, Gary.
Wow.
Put
Put those split sides back together. I was actually segueing with older style apartments into the one we're in here.
Well, this isn't an apartment, Gary. It's ludicrous to call it an apartment.
Okay, well, what would you call it then?
I'd call this a home.
Fair enough.
A one of a pair, Gary.
Tell us about it.
What can I tell you about this? Let's talk firstly about the address.
Yeah.
Home number 1 at 23 Ilden.
You can't describe it as a one of a pair.
Why not?
You can describe it as a home.
Why can't I describe it as one of a pair?
Is there 2 here?
Welcome, Gary. We're here at home number 1 at 23 Ilden Road in St Kilda in this 1 of 2 allotment here, Gary. Because you will see this occupies, well, a pair is how many?
It's two.
So if I have one of the pair,
Yeah.
would I have one of the two?
You would.
So as opposed to a semi-detached,
Yeah.
which you can't really call this semi-detached.
I suppose not.
No.
Is there an upstairs here as well?
I would appreciate if you could
Is there an
now for the
upstairs?
viewers to just
Is there an
apologise
upstairs? Is there
now.
upstairs?
There is upstairs.
So we're in a duplex right now.
Duplex.
Thanks for that, Jeremy.
Maisonette, duplex, half house. You can call it what you want, Gary, but I can tell you
call it
this.
home.
This occupies the whole of the ground level.
yeah.
And this home is sensational.
This is such a good listing.
When you
This is
walk
like-
inside, it is gorgeous. Period features galore.
Yep.
Space on a grand scale. Massive lounge, big kitchen and meals, 3 spacious bedrooms, and a garden that surrounds the whole home, which everybody gets to use, however long you want to use it for. Got a car space out the back, and what better position than Eildon Road in the heart of St
It doesn't
Kilda,
get any
Gary.
better now. You've got all of the modern, you've got all the old style. You've got the fireplace and the high ceilings and the cornices and the beautiful
Yeah,
timber
but
floors.
you've got the
And
air
you've got-
conditioning, you've got the renovated kitchens and bathrooms.
This is as good as it gets. I tell you what, when I walked in here, I was actually blown away at how magnificent this is. Beautiful aspects throughout. And as you were talking about the position, I cut you off. But you've got Fitzroy Street over here.
So sorry,
Hampton
you were
Street
blown
over
away,
there.
were you? Were you blown away so much to the point that you didn't realise that there was only 2 here?
Well, I just sort of got so captivated, I
Oh,
just lost
yeah.
my thinking. But I did realise it was a duplex property, a masonette ground level, the entire ground level. In
One
fact.
of a pair.
One of a pair, if you like. So when's the auction?
You're
on
going to let
this
me
one?
have
Tell
this,
us-
are you,
tell us
Gary?
a little bit about it.
123 Eildon Road, Gary. I've got the pleasure of taking this to the market on the 29th of April, at the end of this jolly month of April,
Fantastic. Well,
at 11:30 a.m.
This is one of the best offerings going around in St
It
Kilda.
is, Gary.
But it's not the only one that's happening in the area. Do you want to take us through a few more, Jeremy?
It's not. Let's have a look at 101 at 27 Lansdowne Road in St Kilda East here, Gary. Not the first auction I've conducted in here.
No.
Not the first one I've done for our dear friend Nikki Jennifer or Kim Luntz there either.
indeed.
This is a fabulous 2-bedroom,
Sparkles.
2-bathroom,
Yep.
1 car in a extremely modern block. Going to auction on the 29th of April at 1:30.
Yep.
We certainly look forward to seeing you there, because we've got a price range there, Gary, competitively pitched at 550 to 610.
There's not too many blocks of apartments that are in quiet cul-de-sacs with leafy garden settings. are there,
Wow,
Jeremy?
Gary, that
But
is
we've
just
got
beautifully
one-
wrapped up.
Thank you, but we've got one in Shirley Grove. Shirley, you can't be serious.
Boom.
But we are.
You're
Shirley
pulling out
Grove.
all the greatest hits here today,
I tell you
Gary.
what, champagne comedy flowing freely
Wow.
today.
And you know what? Don't buy tickets to the Comedy Festival, folks,
Don't
because
need to.
you've got it right here with
Right.
Gary
You
Peer.
don't need to. That's exactly right. Off Dandenong Road, not far from the Elmer Village Shopping Centre. Take us through this apartment.
23 at 20 Shirley Grove in St Kilda East.
Yep.
As an agency, Gary, we are very fond of this block for
We
a
sure
number of
are.
reasons.
Well, we've had
One
a
of
lot of
which is
success
that,
there.
yes, but several of our salespeople, when I say several, that's more than one, have owned or own properties in this actual block,
you're
Gary.
right, you're right.
So we are not only great selling agents for
Yeah.
it, but we are advocates as to why you should buy it.
We put our money where our mouth is in Shirley Grove.
Certainly we do.
sure do.
2-bed, 1 bath, 1 car in one of the best blocks in East St Kilda. That's going up on the 29th of April at 2:30, Gary. And we're going to be suggesting some buyer interest in the early to mid-5s on that one.
Hey, does living get any more cosmopolitan than in Robe Street? Right in the middle of the action? Take us
Doesn't,
through this
Gary?
terrific
Couldn't,
apartment.
Gary? How could it? Robe Street is right in the heart of St Kilda. It's
Yep.
probably only as good as Eildon. They're the only 2 streets
Love 'em.
at the moment that you need to worry about in
Exactly
St
right.
Kilda.
Just cut
We've
out
got
the
a
rest.
really
Rip
well-priced
out the rest of the
2-bedroom.
Melways.
I don't know if we should go to that trouble. I don't even think people use Melways anymore, Gary, because there's a
There'll be
thing on
people
your
that would not-
iPhone called
There are
Maps.
people who wouldn't know what a Melways are, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
They'd see
well,
how
my
they-
son wouldn't
Yeah.
know what a Melways
No,
is.
fair enough. Okay, so that
Wouldn't know
one's
what a
going-
job is either, the poor kid.
Take us through that.
13 at 27 Robe Street, 350 to 380, Gary. I would challenge you to find a better priced 2-bedroom apartment with a St Kilda address than this one in Robe Street, Gary. Going to auction there on the 30th of April, and I can't wait to take that to the market. It's a ripper.
Sounds like
Gonna go well.
One of the most exciting listings we've had in many a year is this one in Blenheim Street.
Wow.
Lamore was banging on the door, screaming, just going nuts about this property, wasn't she, before she listed it? Then she listed it, she said, you wait, you wait, you wait, you
You're gonna
wait,
love
you
it.
wait, you wait till you see it. And now we've seen it because we shot GPTP
We
a
did.
couple of weeks ago. What a knockout property this is.
This
Take us
has
through
got to
this.
be one of the most gorgeous,
Exciting listing.
gorgeous period homes. And I hate to take a phrase of Phillips, but it is picture, postcard, perfect facade.
It is.
The beautiful tessellated, what are those things? The cornices, the things on the front door. They're not the door, the bullnose veranda. What are they called?
Yeah,
The tessellated thing, yeah.
tessellated
You're still trying to get your head around what a one of a pair is, so I'll just
Okay.
digress and go straight to the punchline, which
Yes.
is this is a gorgeous period home with 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, off-street parking. This is as good a period home in a street, Gary, that is a stone's throw from the Cafe Society that Melbourne is famous for. Just a short walk down to Carlisle Street. You can go to Los Chicas, who do a fabulous job with our coffee van, and you can go to some other coffee shops that are there. I don't even know what they're called because I've only got one eye, Gary, and that's for Los Chicas.
Yeah, well,
but that's around the corner.
And you've got a lot of stologist also around the
We
corner.
do. I like the spaghetti mazza there is off the charts.
What about Yochi? Go and get a yogurt from Yochi because it doesn't get
That's
better
your
than that.
thing.
Anyway, obviously you're attracted by the external fretwork of the veranda. Is that right?
Fretwork.
Yeah, the decorative period-style fretwork. Yes.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Gary, for the viewers that are watching here, they'll probably want to know what we're suggesting for price here.
Oh, they might. Well,
They
some
will.
in that high ones or just
Early
low twos or
twos, yeah.
somewhere in there.
I'd be surprised if it's not two something, Gary.
Should be.
Should be.
I
Should
reckon
be.
it's worth it, but that is a magnificent family home. It doesn't get much better.
Talk about choices, Gary. The choices are huge at this next property, aren't
This
they?
is a multitude of choices. You can live in, you can renovate, you can build, you can develop, you can do everything here.
Well, it's spacious family comfort, Gary, with approved plans and permits for townhouses.
Yeah, this is a great property.
So if you want to get those plans, just ring us and we will send them to you, email us, or just pop into the office.
Right in the heart of Inkerman Street, this is a fantastic family home.
398, Gary, 398 Inkerman.
Or development opportunity.
A beautiful period home, though.
There.
Very livable. 5 beds, 1.5 bath, ample off-street parking.
Yep.
We're taking this one to the market, Gary, on the 30th of April at a lovely time slot of 4:30 p.m, which will be a nice time. I like that.
Good a time as any, that's for sure, and sometimes better than others because sometimes late in the afternoon there's no other options to compete with it, which is great. So you get a big crowd. Jeremy, we've got to wrap up now. We're in the Avenue and another incredible offering. This is possibly one of the best selection of fine homes that we've been able to offer, I reckon. I reckon it's up there.
I don't remember sitting on this TV show and having such an array of gorgeous St Kilda East period homes of this quality, size and price.
Agreed.
That's why I'm excited, Gary.
I'm excited too. On that we both agree.
7 The Avenue in East St Kilda or Balaclava. You can call it what you will, Gary. Go on,
call
just
it
call it
home.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. 18 to 195, 4 bed, 2 bath, 2 car. Another gorgeous solid brick period home.
Neat and
fully
tidy,
renovated, great
sparkling,
backyard.
Jeremy. It sparkles.
And this will push us into May, Gary, the 7th of May at 12:30. Nikki Janover and Limor Herskovich taking that one to the market. They are going to be very excited to take some of these gorgeous period homes to the market.
Now, we've lost a bit of the shine because the sun's gone in St Kilda, but that doesn't mean that things aren't still happening. It's still a great suburb. We've got James Rain in concert. That's one of the local things that's happening at the Memorial Hall.
Wow.
I love James Rain.
I'm glad you do,
know,
Gary.
all people think he's still a spunk.
Do they?
Yeah, they reckon he's a spunk. He was always the spunky guy. No one can understand
James
a word
who?
he said. James Rain.
Right.
James who? James
Yeah.
who's the other? He's the Chinese developer that's in the area. Not James who. He's fantastic. He's brilliant too. But
Who?
But hey, yeah, him. But James Rain, he is fantastic.
Is he?
And the only thing is, you can't understand anything he says.
No.
So, you know, he's sort of
Similar to you, really.
He's a bit like me, but he can't
So
understand.
has he got a brother who does postcards?
David Rain, yeah. But he's going to be...
What a talented family,
He's
Gary.
playing at the Memorial Hall. Hey, I went to the Memorial Hall to see
That's
a
good,
concert.
Gary.
Went and saw Mentalism.
I don't think anyone's. I reckon, literally,
Yeah.
if this was like a free-to-air commercial TV station, this would be great white noise at the moment. They would just pull the
Cup of
plug
tea
on
time,
it,
is that
and
it?
there'd be like some English guy going, "Natural, it will resume to normal transmitting in a moment's time. Please go and get yourself a cup of tea."
Yeah, thanks.
You are boring our viewers to death, Gary.
Now, come on, there's people that love mental as anything.
There's grass growing as you speak.
And unclaimed baggage, which is a support act, which is also great. But look, that's enough about music. But
Please.
it's always happening in St Kilda. There's always stuff going on.
There is. The markets.
And you've got the market on the first Saturday of the month. Go to the Veg Out. You have got the Comedy Festival happening in Melbourne, the best city in the world. It's all happening. And it's all happening here on the St Kilda and Bayside Report with you.
I'm still trying to get over
Mr. Jeremy Rose.
in this gorgeous one of a pair, Gary.
In this gorgeous...
Just tell the viewers that you were wrong and I was right, and without me correcting you, you would still be in the abyss of just ignorance.
We look forward to seeing you next month on the St Kilda Bayside Report.
Thank you for watching, guys. I look forward to seeing you again next month, Gary. It's always a pleasure sitting here with you.
Likewise.
I'll see you next month too.
Look forward to it.
See
Go
ya.
the Mighty Blues.
Oh!
Bye.